You didn't hear it from me, but Elon, Donnie, and JD are all individually having horrible Easters. So let's talk about it, because it is quite the show. You heard that correctly, so let's start with what's going on with JD Couch, because that one's kind of the craziest in my opinion. It all started when yesterday, the literal Pope,
may he rest in peace,
sent his deputy to lecture JD Couch on compassion. That's right, the Pope himself didn't even want to show up, so he sent the other guy to lecture JD. But then it sounds like that didn't take, because the Pope had to step in himself today and directly lecture JD. As you can see here, which I encourage you to pause to read, the Pope has been very outspoken against what they have been doing. He then went on to openly condemn their contempt that has stirred with the vulnerable, marginalized, and migrants, and highlighted that they are violating the dignity of many men, women, and entire families.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
Any questions? Didn't think so.
I don't know about you, but imagine like the leader of your entire religion and worldview stepping up to essentially say like, hey, I don't like you. That's got to be by far one of the worst days of your life.
Yeah, that's kind of like the leader of your entire religion and worldview, Kamala Harris, scolding you because your body count is too low.
Bruh.
And then we had Donnie, who posted this very long and miserable rant yelling at everyone. I'll spare you from reading it, but no one who's truly happy takes this much time out of a holiday to be this hateful. And don't worry, there is a whole section where he dumps on Sleepy Joe Biden, who lives rent-free in his mind.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Pathetic.
And then we have Elon Musk, whose quarterly reports came in so bad that a once leader in the market has now fallen behind all other non-Tesla electric vehicles. And to add the icing on the cake, the sales of the Cybertruck are doing so terribly that he is pulling workers off of them on factory lines. What a shocker after you made a truck that doesn't function as a truck and you aimed it at as an audience that doesn't seem like trucks are their main focus. And you might say to yourself, wow, I don't think their weeks could get any worse, but it's only Sunday and I always have hope. Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, you took shots at Trump for being hateful on Easter, yet here you are, rejoicing in other people's perceived misfortune and hoping it gets worse for them. Literally on Easter.
The hypocrisy, Willie, is so amazing.
And here I thought liberalism was about love and tolerance.
A few moments later.
You didn't hear from me, but this week just got even crazier. Not only did the Pope use his dying day to tell off Donnie and JD Couch.
Oh, so you're not going for the love and tolerance kind of liberalism. You're going for the shamelessly politicize every event for your narrative kind of liberalism.
Hey, I'm not surprised,
Neither am I, but by all means continue to cringe.
But Pete Hegseth has once again leaked more attack plans in another Signal chat. You heard that correctly. Let's start with the Pope.
Yeah, you already said this, so moving on.
And then we have the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, who leaked more attack details in a second Signal chat, this time one that he created himself with his own personal phone number. In the chat were people like his wife, his brother, family members, and his personal lawyer. At this point, it just shows that
the White House has a serious rat problem.
The siege is set in motion, Lord Chief. The man-things will rue the day they tangled mess with the Skaven. Yes. By Sigma, it's a talking rat! I'm going inside!
Yeah, they should really get on that.
But now I gotta go, because I'm 5 minutes behind catching my plane to go down to Texas to try and fight Charlie Kirk.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Sweetie, Kirk's gonna wreck you in that debate. So please post it, because the rest of us are gonna be here again, popcorn in hand, again.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.